What's up everyone, Tim here from Third Wave Sabotage, and in this video I want to give you my top 10 favorite parts of JoeFest 2025. Number 10 is this guy I met on the way into JoeFest today. He's going to tell his own story, but let me introduce you to him and the meat grinder.
All right, this is the meat grinder. I'm a retired Marine Corps gunnery sergeant, and I just had to do something unique with my scooter because I couldn't leave it bare.
That's awesome.
And I enjoy it. I come to play with toys.
That's awesome. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome, sir. You're very welcome.
Number 9 is something I wasn't really expecting. It was learning more about Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. So this is a comic book that has also led into a ton of action figures. I'm going to roll in some footage here, show you some photos. These guys are just really cool. And I was chatting with the rep over there at their booth. And so I'm going to start checking out these comics. I think I got the first 6 here at the show. And yeah, I like what they're doing. It's very creative, and clearly they have a great passion for storytelling and cool figures. So yeah, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, a very pleasant surprise. So number 8 is well-organized dealers. Some of the dealers at JoeFest are really well organized, some a bit more chaotic. It's just really nice to be able to look at a product and go, that's what it costs. I can see if it's complete or not. Now, I know everybody's doing their best, and I'm totally fine with dealers who have just like shells and things like that, just put in boxes underneath their tables. But when you're trying to look for things to be like, okay, is this a bin of every accessory ever? Is it vehicle accessories? When you find a dealer who's like, these are 85 accessories, 86 accessories, 87 accessories, it just makes the whole process easier. So I really liked finding well-organized dealers that just made the process of looking for particular things a lot easier. All right, number 7 was all the cosplayers. I mean, I saw bats, I saw fireflies, I saw chuckles, I saw Zartan. I saw just a ton of different people dressed up, and they were all really cool because I'd be like, yo, can I take a picture or can I get a video? And I don't think any person said no. I think they're all like, yeah, sure. And then they said thank you after I took the video or the picture. So yeah, I just think it's really cool to see people who are geeked out on this stuff. And man, when you see the effort that these guys put into getting dressed up, guys and ladies, getting dressed up, it's pretty amazing. They really do a great job. They look at the figures, they find all the different accessories, and then they try to match it one-to-one with what they're wearing. So fun to see all the cosplayers. Number 6 was finding this, Topf Fun RetroToys3D.com. And I'll flip this around. If you're watching the video and it's not on your phone, you can scan this. It'll take you over to their website. Really cool stuff. So they are making accessories, blasters, pews, if you will, all kinds of stuff for G.I. Joe Classified, so 1/12 and also 1/18 scale as well. So I'm looking forward to working with this guy in the future. Really nice guy, retired from the military, just does a bang-up job and really, really cool accessories. So I've got a separate video on what he's done, but yeah, check out their website. Lots of really cool things that they're being offered if you're interested in accessorizing your G.I. Joe Classifieds or your 1/18 scale as well. Number 5 was seeing Sarge and Zack Hoffman. So Zack Hoffman was the voice of Zartan in the cartoons, and obviously Sarge is Sarge. I didn't interact with either of those guys directly. I was kind of at a distance, but both of them were really kind. Sarge, I saw doing a lot of autographs and hanging out with people. He was like, hey, nice to meet you, giving kids salutes and stuff like that. He got this one woman in the Cobra clutch, and she was like, my son did it a couple years ago. I want to do it now. So it was just fun to see. And then, to see Zartan, who's one of my favorite figures, and to see the voice, Zack Hoffman, the guy who did it. Again, really nice guy, very kind as I saw him interact with people. So yeah, that was just a ton of fun to see these guys. Number 4 is I like getting good deals, and I got some really good deals at the show here. So I've been looking, for example, for barbecue from the Classified line. Picked them up for $15, which was awesome. I got a bunch of figures that I was looking for. I'm actually going to be picking up some more vehicles and stuff, and maybe I'll do a separate video on everything that I scored at JoeFest. Yeah, I just got a ton of great deals. I'm really happy with that. Number 3 was finding these awesome stands for planes from the Real American Hero line. So these are 3D printed. You can put a Sky Striker, you can put a Rattler on it. We've got one for Night Raven, we got one for Dragonfly as well, and other ones coming out in the future. And they're like super solid, and you can basically they lock in for all practical purposes for most of them onto the actual vehicle. So it's very, very sturdy. They're not going to fall over. They're well made and solid. And like with the Rattler, it was constructed so it fits really nicely, and yet it's not putting any pressure on the wheels or anything like that. So really cool to see people who are stepping outside the box and going like, I have a problem for displaying my stuff at home. I'm going to solve the problem, and then I'm going to make these things available. So I really like these 3D printed stands for G.I. Joe and Cobra air vehicles. Number 2 was just a really cool thing. It was 2-to-1 figures from Paint Masters. And basically these look exactly like your original G.I. Joes, but just in a much larger scale. So they're much bigger, and you'll actually see in the video I put like a Cobra Commander next to one, a hooded Cobra Commander next to one, so you can see the actual size. But just really cool to see somebody who is creative enough to do this. I love to see those passion projects that people, they jump into and they like pursue, and they make some really cool things. So these 2-to-1 from Paint Masters, really, really slick. And then my favorite part of all JoeFest, honestly, was like reliving my childhood memories and bumping into people along the way that I got to know and sharing some of those memories with them. So, you know, seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles be like, oh man, I totally forgot that like Bebop had that like drill gun. And then seeing Rocksteady, you know, from Turtles, and then seeing some really old G.I. Joe figures that I didn't remember, or seeing even toys that I didn't remember. I had never had them, but I like saw commercials of them on TV. It was just really fun to kind of have those flashbacks, be like, wow, man, that's from a long time ago growing up, and that was a blast. So there's my top 10 list from JoeFest. If you went to JoeFest, let's hear from you. What were your top 10 favorite things? Leave a comment below. Any feedback is always appreciated. Thanks for checking out these videos. More videos coming soon. Take care.